Jaguar revealed that Jay-Z had been intimate with her while she was signed to his record label as a teenager. And when Beyonce found out about it, her career took the fall for it. Is Jay-Z's career coming to an end? From grooming allegations to other scandals and even rumors of Jay-Z offing Big L. Turns out he has skeletons in his closet that he's been trying to hide for years. But now the truth is coming out and there are receipts to verify it. Never in a million years would anyone have thought that Jay-Z lived a completely different life behind closed doors. Recently, lots of singers have been exposed for their quote-unquote secret activities, and word on the street is that Jay-Z is the next big celebrity facing a downfall. Apparently, he isn't the perfect family man he's acted out to be all these years. But should that really come as a surprise when he rolled heavy with people like Diddy, R. Kelly, and Russell Simmons? And since every other person on this list has been exposed, it's only a matter of time before Jay-Z faces the same fate, especially because he didn't just commit the same crimes as others. He allegedly did worse. And I'm not just talking about petty crimes here. I'm talking about him ending someone's life and forming ties with very questionable organizations, or should I say cults, just so he could gain power. And after years of getting away with his crimes, the skeletons in Jay-Z's closet are slowly peeking out, starting with his grooming allegations. Apparently, Jay-Z has been in the business of grooming minors for years now. His victims include Foxy Brown when she was just 15 years old, Rihanna when she was just 17 years old, and Beyonce when she was 18 years old. Then there's Jaguar, Tiara Marie, and a whole bunch of other ladies who also had their lives ruined by him. This was the norm for most of Jay-Z's victims, as they all went from having promising careers to no career at all. According to the rumors, Jay-Z used his influence on all these ladies when they were just kids and promised them the world in return. Then he would use money and his influence to ensure everyone involved stayed in line and never revealed anything to the public. This would explain why Dame Dash could barely say anything about Jay-Z's alleged relationship with Foxy when he was asked about it. From his demeanor, it was obvious that he was hiding something, but to prevent himself from getting on Jay-Z's bad side, all he did was deflect, which is exactly what Jay-Z has been doing too whenever he's asked questions about all the scandals he's been linked to. But how long is he going to keep deflecting, especially now that the walls are coming down around him fast, with people like Diddy waiting for the perfect time to pull the plug on his web of lies because of his betrayal. And Jay-Z's crumbling marriage to Beyonce seems like the perfect place to start from. Apparently, Beyonce is doing everything and anything she can to get as far away from Jay-Z as possible, not just because she doesn't want to be there when everything comes crashing down around him, but also because she's simply tired. And I don't think anyone can blame her for thinking like this, because if you've been keeping up with Jay-Z and Beyonce, you'll realize that their relationship was doomed from the very beginning. Jay-Z and Beyonce first met each other 24 years ago, and right from the get-go, everyone has been suspicious of their relationship, because why would an 18-year-old girl get into a relationship with a 30-year-old man, except if maybe she was deceived? Apparently, Jay-Z had it all planned out from the start. Turns out he met Beyonce when she was 16, but waited until she was 18 to make his move. This would explain this particular line in The Carters, even though Jay-Z altered it a bit. Fate had me sitting next to you on the plane, and I knew straight away, the next time we would speak was like 2 years away. From the moment Jay-Z set his eyes on Beyonce, he knew exactly what he wanted from her. Then the fact that he already had a track record of grooming before this made it even much easier for him to get his wish. And to make sure everything went his way, Jay-Z took his plans a step further by Beyonce, just so he could get complete control over her.
Yeah, Beyonce's on drugs. She been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
And this story gets worse. Not only was Jay-Z allegedly controlling Beyonce, but he was also cheating on her with tons of other women. It got so bad, Beyonce decided to sing about it a lot of times because singing was the only thing she was allowed to do. But you have to be curious, why? Why did Beyonce stay in a marriage where she was being treated like trash? I mean, she has her own money and fame, so she can definitely survive without him. So why didn't she leave him? Well, there's one insane theory that explains it all. Apparently, Beyonce is scared of becoming Jay-Z's next victim. Think about it for a second. Jay-Z is believed to be part of a secret group with big industry names who do whatever they want, whenever they want, because they know they can get away with it. And when I say big, I mean big. Apparently, Jeffrey Epstein was also a member of this group. That was why he allowed Jay-Z and R. Kelly to film the music video of Fiesta on his island. And if you try to stab any of them in the back, well, you either get your career ruined or lose your life, which was what happened to Aaliyah. Apparently, Aaliyah's passing was a planned one to send a message out so people would know who to not mess around with. If you're wondering why Aaliyah, well, let me explain. We all know the story of how R. Kelly discovered Aaliyah and then faked her age and got married to her when she was just 15. Apparently, he wasn't the only one who had an eye for her. Back then, R. Kelly, Jay-Z, and Diddy used to be much closer. And rumor has it that after R. Kelly and Aaliyah had gone their separate ways, Jay-Z wanted his turn with her. But apparently, he never got the chance because she developed feelings for Dame Dash, and before anyone knew it, they were in a relationship. Still, this didn't stop Jay-Z, according to Dame. He still tried very hard to get Aaliyah.
So you and Jay was both getting at Aaliyah. Was he bitter?
Obviously.
Since Dame wasn't exactly as high up in their secret society as Jay-Z was, Jay-Z decided to take Aaliyah out of the picture to pass a message. And that message was simple. No one can have what he wants.
The most f***ed up was Aaliyah dying. That was the most f***ed up. I had to deal with that. You'll be surprised how people act when they think you're hurt. That's when they really start trying to make moves on you.
Now Beyonce, being fully aware of this, knew that she would never be able to escape Jay-Z just like that. That's why she's been very quiet all this while. But as the years go by, it's gotten harder and harder for Beyonce to keep being still. However, now she has the upper hand thanks to Jay-Z stabbing Diddy in the back. And apparently, she started taking steps toward leaving him for good. For starters, there are rumors that they've been living apart for a while now, and that Beyonce has been planning on getting a divorce.
Basically, after the major documentaries come out, right? After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right?
With the Diddy drama coming to light and pushing more attention on Jay-Z, apparently Beyonce is gearing up to play all her cards out in the open as soon as possible. But it seems like Jay-Z isn't willing to leave Beyonce without a fight, especially now that he knows his hold on her is getting weaker by the day. This would explain why he gave a speech praising Beyonce during the Grammys, his own little attempt to get her to see that he sees her and doesn't want her to leave.
Obviously, it's subjective because, it's music and it's opinion based. But, some things, I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
But if we're being honest here, it's too late. Jay-Z is already on his way to being ruined, like other friends of his. A lot of his secrets have already been revealed, and much more is yet to be uncovered. I guess you can say this is only part of the price to pay for living a life of crime. According to his interviews and lyrics, he's sold and was shot at 3 times during this period. His former friend was sentenced to prison possessing weapons. And we all know what they say about history repeating itself. So I guess all of this was bound to happen, even though most of these revelations are just hearsay for now. This brings us to the biggest question floating on everyone's mind. How long does Jay-Z have left before all the dirt comes to light?